What is citizenship? Citizenship is the relationship between an individual and a nation state whereby the state grants the individual certain rights, such as the rights to vote, work, and own property. In return, the individual accepts the responsibility of upholding the laws and customs of that state. Traditionally, there have been four ways of obtaining citizenship: birth in a certain territory, descent from a parent or grandparent, marrying a citizen of a certain territory, naturalization, and buying it. Yes, citizen by investment programs allow individuals to legally be granted citizenship in a country by simply donating into the government, buying government bonds, or making a real estate purchase. Citizen by investment has become very popular in recent years because of the quick process in which an individual can obtain a passport. Unlike residency programs, which can take years and years to eventually lead to citizenship, most CBI programs take 3 to 6 months. That in itself is a drastic difference in time, and not to mention that, for instance, in the case of St. Kitts and Nevis, an applicant doesn't ever have to set foot in the country. Speaking of St. Kitts and Nevis, they have the longest running citizen by investment program, and they were the first to introduce the idea way back in 1984. Along with St. Kitts and Nevis, there are several other countries that have citizen by investment programs. Most of the countries, however, are small island nations like Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Lucia, and Grenada across the Caribbean, along with Malta and Cyprus in Europe and Vanuatu in Oceania. 100,000 to 250,000 US dollars can get an individual or family citizenship in all the Caribbean countries and Vanuatu. However, the options in Europe are a bit more expensive. So that begs the question, does any of this make sense? And why would someone do this? Yes, and here's why. If you aren't born or have heritage in a particular country, residency may just be too long, as in the case of Andorra, which takes at least 20 years. So let's say you're a millionaire from Libya, which has visa-free or visa-on-entry access to 43 countries, or you're from Afghanistan, which has the worst passport in the world, with only visa-free or visa-on-entry access to 30 countries. Compare those to those from the Caribbean, and you'll see the difference. Another example, let's say you're from Syria and you want to get away from the ongoing civil war and take your family to a safe country. Or you're from an oppressive country and you just want to escape. Lastly, education. Education is the foundation of a successful life as a global citizen. Therefore, if one's home country doesn't have the best education system, it may make sense to get better opportunities overseas. This way may be best for you. These programs have been growing exponentially in recent years, driven by wealthy private investors. The majority of economic citizenship investors are coming from emerging market economies like China, Russia, India, Vietnam, Mexico, Brazil, Turkey, and various countries in the Middle East. Not surprising. On the other hand, revenues from these programs have been welcomed by host countries. Back in 2006, St. Kitts and Nevis established the Sugar Industry Diversification Foundation. The Citizen by Investment has directly donated tens of millions into the fund, which has been invested into the utility sector, tourism, and other public projects inside the nation. The CBI makes a big impact on the country's economy as well, accounting for 17.4% of the GDP in 2015. That's almost 1/5 the total GDP, which is absolutely insane and makes a crucial part of the country's economy going forward. The trend is set to continually increase as more and more people find out about it and more countries bring the option to the table. So if you aren't a killer, because nobody wants killers, or you're not on some most wanted list, and you don't partake in any illegal activity, and for some reason you just don't like your home country anymore, start putting some money away and get yourself a new passport.